How you doing, YouTube? Matt Messa Beer Reviews, back with yet another review. Last of 4 crowlers from Southern Swells, courtesy of my boy Carson, in the form of their Ghost in the, what is it again? Ghost in something. Ghost in the Machine? Ghost in the Darkness. That's what it says. Ghost in the Darkness. This is based off of the base that I've done from them. Get my little cheat sheet out over here. The base he sent me, Dark Side, that Carson sent me. Did that one. We reviewed us some Dangerous Summer, which is a coconut and cacao nibs. Then we reviewed ourselves some walnut fudge, which is toasted walnuts and vanilla. You guys are not going to see that one. Why? Because sometimes my camera sucks balls, and that was the case. So I lost that one, which was really infuriating, because the whole premise of me doing these beers was basically I was gonna do 4 side-by-sides. I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to die. But 3 side-by-sides I might have been able to do. So it is what it is. We're doing it individual, and this is the last one, which is a Ghost, Pepper, Vanilla, and Cinnamon. So let's dive into this sucker. Ooh. Here, maybe this will. Oop, shit's squirting all over the place. I was gonna try to make that squirt towards the camera, but I'm not that good, so I basically have Stout everywhere. My table's like icky sticky from all the Stout that's been shooting out of these 32-ounce crowlers. It's such a hard life, you know, opening beer on camera. It's like the worst thing ever. Anyway, these crowlers are filled to the absolute max, which is a good thing. It's how you should roll. Give these vigorous pours, because one of my the base is my favorite so far of all the beers I've had. The big difference between that and these other ones was the head. That's very similar to the head that I got on the base. It didn't come off that way when I first poured it, but it generated that creamy, milky head. Now, you're talking about what came off to me. If you watched the previous review, if you didn't, hit pause, go back, watch that one first. It came off very chocolatey on multiple levels, and Russian Imperial Stout-like. So it was like a milk Russian Imperial Stout. Here we're adding cinnamon, we're adding vanilla, we're adding ghost pepper. That is a great combination. So you're talking about a beer that was already relatively sweet with the milk stout vibes, but you're adding vanilla. Okay, adding more sweetness, but you're adding ghost pepper. So it's the potential for it to get a little bit hot, but allow that sweetness to keep it in check. Cinnamon is just your little pizzazz thrown on top. So yeah, it looks the part of a pastry stout. Let's see if we can get a nose. I'm getting a soft cinnamon on top of that lactose, on top of that vanilla, on top of that chocolate, on top of that stout. And that's it. I don't think I'm getting much as far as pepper goes. Maybe a little bit of green vegetable vibes, and that's it. So if we're getting anything here, it's a soft cinnamon factor, at least in the nose. Actually, I just got a little bit of heat in my nose, so I'm kind of scared right now. Let's just dive in. Cheers. Okay. I see what you're doing here. I like that. I do. This has that mouthfeel of the original, of the base. Fluffy, creamy deliciousness. The vanilla actually adds, in this one, the vanilla adds this added sweetness component outside of what I was getting from the original. So if that one is a lactose base, is a milk stout, this vanilla is adding a little bit of candied vanilla sweetness on top that by itself would be way too much. But once you start adding that cinnamon, which comes into play, not over the top, it's not super crazy, but it's there, and you add that ghost pepper, where you're adding this nice spiciness to it. This kind of works. I mean, the mouthfeel, I think, is crucial in this. I got it in the original, in gobs. I did not get it much in the Dangerous Summer, which was the Cocoa Nibs, cacao one. That one kind of fell flat for me. That's coming up in the rear. That's the one that really didn't do much for me. Now, the one that I bailed on, the walnut fudge, the one that didn't work for me, I actually did enjoy that. It was super pastry. It was super sweet. But I was like, okay, it's a super sweet pastry beer. What are you going to do? You know what I mean? Okay, fine. That was okay. So that's definitely, let's put it, spoiler alert, that's going to come up third for me. And this is definitely coming up second. So it's like a 1-2. The base is my favorite of the whole bunch. This is probably a close second, to be perfectly honest with you. There's a gap. So let's go. This is base 1. This is 2. 3 is empty. 4 is walnut fudge. And then last would be that Dangerous Summer. But the mouthfeel is really what's getting it for me for these top ones. Not that that walnut fudge one didn't have a nice mouthfeel. It just wasn't up to this one. And the way the adjuncts play in this compared to the base, they're all playing a part. The vanilla, the cinnamon, the ghost pepper are all distinct enough to where you're like, okay, I understand what's going on here. And I understand why it's playing this way because of those added adjuncts. And not just understanding it, but having it elevate the beer to something a little bit different. Like my issue that you'll see definitely in the kind of the issue I had with the cocoa nib coconut one, I didn't think it elevated the beer. I think it actually either detracted from the beer. I was going to say kept it the same. Detracted from the beer. Even though I like the base more, so you're like, okay, asshole, you're saying that it elevated the beer. So it should be better. I don't think this is like, even though I like the base better, this is a fun, unique experience as compared to the base one. So that's why I think it's tasty and it's good and it works for me. Contradicting the shit out of myself right now. Anyway, so yeah, the cinnamon plays nice. The ghost pepper is definitely present. Doesn't get out of hand. That's your lactose and your vanilla in check. And the cinnamon just adds that little bit of pizzazz, like I said, on top of a really nice beer. And it kept all the great parts of that base beer. That creaminess, that sultriness, that chocolate, which I haven't talked about. I assume it's in there. I shouldn't assume anything, but with how this beer played, it's chocolate. Chocolate is the theme of the show across all of these beers. And how it all comes together. It's a really nice beer. And the mouthfeel, man. Mouthfeel goes such a far way. I dig it. I think it's fun. Let's cut to the chase. Like I said, it was my second favorite out of the group of 4. In general, is this some of the better adjunct stout that I had as of late? This is in the conversation. It's not like a middle of the pack up towards the top. It's just kind of, it's tasty. I dig it. I think it's fun. I really enjoyed the base. This one's just a notch below that. But it's not otherworldly stuff. And it's not something that's like King Shoulda Fuck Mountain, Mount Rushmore stuff. Value and availability, I don't know what the crowlers cost. Maybe Carson or somebody down there in the FL could let us know what's what. And leave you with, if you like what we like this beer, if you like spice stouts and you want a pastry version of a spice stout that doesn't get out of hand, because that spice is there. You feel back to your throat, but it doesn't like burn or get too crazy. Yeah, it's fun. This is a really fun kind of journey from beer to beer to beer. It's just 32 ounces at a clip is... I understand I don't have to drink them, and there are ones that I didn't drink, and there's good portions of ones that I did drink that I didn't finish. But I always feel bad when I dump big, huge beers like this, so... Anyway, there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massive if you want to check me out doing this whole podcasting thing. If you want to check out Carson, because he's awesome and he sends me beer, go check him out. Instagram. Scotch for Everyone. Put a period between Scotch and for and everyone. So only 2 periods. Scotch and for and everyone. Go check him out. Good dude. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully see you next time. Cheers.